Are the Chicago Bulls actually interested in Dennis Schroder as a free agent this offseason? A report from Bleacher Report says so, but I have my doubts. I'm Ross, this is Arturis Fan Club, and if you're not subscribed yet, do it right now. I made 3 videos yesterday. It was a big day, a lot of news. If you haven't checked those out, make sure to go check them out. I'll leave links for all of those in the description, but obviously hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be making videos all the damn time. If you love basketball, NBA, Chicago sports, Chicago Bulls, this is the place to be. Thank you guys. So, Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report has an article out about NBA League insiders expect a flurry of sign and trades this summer. He's got a bunch of stuff in there about the Clippers, Lakers, Philly, but the Bulls got mentioned as a possible landing spot for one Dennis Schroder in a sign-in trade. That was the... Yeah, just kind of threw it in there. Didn't really expand on Chicago being a part of this. If you go on the article, once again, I'll leave a link for that, and you just, Control F Chicago, there's just one mention of the Bulls. League sources expect Chicago and New York to emerge as Schroeder suitors. Both could be conducted via sign and trade, blah, 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 blah. The Knicks have been linked to every human on Earth, so I don't know the validity of that. Could be accurate. Not sure. The Bulls keep things pretty close to the vest. Maybe the interest is coming from Dennis Schroeder's camp. Maybe his agent has, leaked or talked about the fact that the Bulls are interested. I personally have doubts about that just because of the way I think AK operates in terms of what players, what kind of talents and skills players have that he values. Which isn't to say that Dennis Schroeder is a bad player. I definitely think he gets memed a lot, and to his credit, he's had to go through a bunch of different changes in his career as he's been traded a bunch, changing roles, and then eventually ended up with the Lakers, which was a pretty big deal considering, he was coming off one of his best seasons, and the Lakers had already gotten LeBron and AD, and it was like, oh shit, they're gonna have Dennis Schroeder now. And then he kind of laid an egg, and it was kind of a disappointing season. So I actually looked into the stats a little bit, and we'll get to those in a second, but I wanted to keep talking about the AK side of things in terms of scouting point guards and looking at free agent options and all that stuff. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that the Bulls have expressed interest in Dennis Schroeder. As a Bulls fan who wants us to upgrade the point guard position, I think we should be interested in every single point guard. Not even ones that are free agents this offseason. Every single point guard. We should be gauging the interest and seeing what options are out there. Like with DeJounte Murray, he's not a free agent this offseason, but we should still be seeing what's going on there. Damian Lillard, he's not a free agent this offseason, but we should absolutely call and just be like, hey, what's going on there? Anything maybe we can make a deal? Anything we could talk about? You have to go through every single option. So Dennis Schroeder being considered is not a bad thing. It doesn't scare me. I think that absolutely AK and Mark Eversley should take a look at him. And if they determine that he ends up being a good fit, well, I'll try to trust their vision. Like I said, looked into it, and the stats are actually closer than you think with a guy like Lonzo Ball, who we've all been really excited about and has been linked to the Bulls also, one of the videos I posted yesterday. So just last season alone, a lot of the stats actually skew in Dennis's favor between him and Lonzo. And I was surprised by that. I think the thing that concerns me a little bit is his age, the amount of money he's looking for, and the fact that his stats are regressing, not progressing. Which makes sense at his age and changing roles, going from the role he was playing in OKC and before that with the Hawks, and then eventually now, playing third fiddle, I guess, on the Lakers. Totally different roles, which I totally understand that. But looking at a guy like that to be your third star in Chicago, it's not really that inspiring, because that's what he would be, right? He would be the third guy behind Zach LaVine and behind Nikola Vucevic. He's already done that, and he has shown some struggles there. I also think that Lonzo Ball is a superior defender. Lonzo Ball gets more steals, gets more blocks, and gets around the same amount of points and has similar skill set on offense. Better playmaker, perhaps, more versatile, can switch between 1 through 3. He doesn't necessarily have to play an on-ball role. Lonzo Ball, I think a lot of people shoehorn into that on-ball point guard playmaker shot creator. which isn't necessarily true. He can play off ball, he can set screens, he can create shots for himself off ball, off motion, and he's got great court vision, so he can make those extra passes when the ball does reach him. Dennis, I feel like, is a little more one-dimensional, and that's just what I see in terms of how AK values versatility in his players. And once again, I'm not saying Dennis Schroder is a bad player, I just don't think he's a good fit for what the Bulls need this offseason. And like I said, the money, he already turned down, what was it, 4 years, $84 million from the Lakers? That's a lot of money. That's around what we would want to pay Lonzo. Lonzo's 23 years old. Dennis Schroder's 27. Like, that's different, man. Like, giving a guy that much money at 27 that takes him over the age of 30 is totally different than giving a guy that's 23 and you're going to be hitting his prime in mid-20s when that contract expires. That's a totally different situation. I know it doesn't seem like that many years of a difference, but it's a big difference. It makes a big difference in the NBA. So when you throw that number of years at a guy, that's when I get concerned of, like, we're going to give this guy that much money and take him into his 30s and possibly be stuck with that contract when he's not playing up to that level anymore. And look, I could be totally wrong about all this. Dennis Schroder could go on to a new team and be amazing, and I look like an idiot. But personally, where I sit right now, looking at all of the options the Bulls have, I still like Lonzo Ball and DeJounte Murray. I'm not sold on Dennis Schroder as an option for the Bulls for all the reasons I've just outlined. And also just the fact that, like, no offense to him, but I don't think he is the true third star. And I know it sounds like I'm trashing the guy and I'm bashing on the guy. I'm really not. I just feel like there's more potential for Lonzo Ball or DeJounte Murray to develop into that role in Chicago than there is for Dennis Schroder. At his age, we kind of know what kind of player he is. He's established how he plays the game and at what level he plays the game. And I think there's a hard ceiling there that we want to try to go higher than with the point guard that we're going to pay out this amount of money to. It's a lot of money to turn down, especially from the Lakers, which you've already won. You've already gone to the playoffs. Like, why not stay with the Lakers and win a championship and play with LeBron and play with AD? Like, that team is already built. So it was kind of surprising to me that he did turn that deal down. But, you know, who knows where people's loyalty lies or where their priorities are. You never know. And that's why I think it's okay if the Bulls do take a look at Dennis Schroder. I just personally don't think it's that realistic of an option for us this offseason. I don't know much about this Fisher guy from Bleacher Report. I've seen a lot of sus stuff from Bleacher Report, so I'm not totally sold on just the speculation in general. You know, it's one of those things that league sources expect, like, okay, anyone can expect anything. That doesn't mean that you actually have spoken to people within the Bulls organization or people within Dennis Schroder's agency and gotten intel. League sources expect, that phrasing says to me, we could put Chicago in this sentence because it's expected Chicago is going to be looking at point guards. Dennis Schroder's a point guard. Expected. So not totally sold on all of that, but I do think that it's okay if you're a Bulls fan and you're concerned by this coming out. I wouldn't be. I think it's okay that the Bulls assess all their options. So that's all for me today. Maybe we'll see what happens. Stuff comes up all the time, but make sure to hit that subscribe button, guys. Thank you so much for the support lately. Very much appreciated. I'm really excited to keep making these videos for you guys. And if you like this one, hit that like button and leave me a comment. Let me know what point guards you guys are looking at aside from Lonzo Ball and DeJounte Murray. Is Dennis Schroder an option for you? Do you like him? Let me know. Maybe there's a guy that I'm overlooking. I'm not sure. You know, there's guys like Kyle Lowry, TJ McConnell out there. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts. We've been talking point guards a lot, but it's an important conversation because the Bulls are going to be getting one this offseason. So thanks again for watching, and we'll talk very soon.